Hey there, I'm Marcus.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Tom.
And we thought we'd have a bit of a chat about all the E3 conferences. Now they're done, and we've all
had some time to sleep.
Had some time to sleep, and we can really reflect on that. So yeah, join us in the garden. And so I thought first we'd talk about if we had to choose one favourite thing of the show, what would the favourite either aspect or moment be?
Mine was the unveiling of Division. The gameplay trailer for Division was...
That was shown at Ubisoft.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, especially because Ubisoft conference was so disappointing. Yeah. Like, they only showed, like, pre-rendered...
I think you were the only one who watched Ubisoft. Did you watch it live?
I was at the pub.
No. So Kate wasn't watching it live, so we cut out all the crap for the Ubisoft conference and just watched this gameplay demo of... it's a Tom Clancy game. I don't actually know how he has any influence on it anymore.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't in this one.
No.
Like, they just decided to whack his name on it.
Yeah, but it looks good. So do you want to explain the premise of it?
Okay, so it's set in a kind of post-apocalyptic New York, and it's kind of like it's an online RPG, so you kind of scavenge around, you hunt for supplies, you try and survive, and any time, like, you can pop in and out of co-op, and you can have other groups come and you can fight them, you can try and steal their supplies and stuff. But it just seems like the gameplay is really solid, and the graphics look amazing.
Yeah, so that was one thing that struck me. It was like it's like Ubisoft did last year when they unveiled Watch Dogs. They had a bunch of crappy games, and then they said, "Oh, we got this game," and it started off with something that you would think is a cutscene, and then it seamlessly goes into gameplay.
Yeah.
And it was like showing this like frozen New York, and it's panned behind a guy. And the thing which I thought was most cool about the gameplay demo is that they had team chatter. You know, in like most of the press conferences, like the way people talk to each other when they play games, like, "Oh, dude, look out behind you," which you never say in a game. It just sounds so genuine. Yeah. And even if that was like a marketing thing, like, I fell for it. And it was like it really worked.
It was good, but no, the gameplay, it just looks great.
Yeah.
And as I said, visually it looks amazing. And even stuff like the HUD and the interface, it all just seems to just all work seamlessly together.
Yeah,
so
it was all. So it's kind of like a Dead Space style hub where you like pull something up on your watch and it would like show that would like a hologram thing. But like, I tell you what, it reminded me of. Maybe it was probably because it was New York, and the way the team chatter was. But it reminded me of playing cops and robbers in GTA, and GTA 4. Which is a weird thing to say, but because what you did have, you've had like 4 people as cops, 4 people as robbers, and you'd have the whole city, and you'd work out your own routes, and it had that kind of like free-form kind of gameplay elements to it, and it was just that's what it is. And it looks really fun, but I have no idea when it's going to come out.
No, I mean, it was like the last thing unveiled, but the demo looked...
The demo looked legit, like it looked done, but when you think they've got to render a whole city. But yeah, so what was your favourite at the conference?
Sounds quite boring, but my favourite part of the conference was just the end part of Sony's talk.
Yeah,
just when they started to sort of be like, well, Microsoft's already gone, so here's why we're so much better. And I was really disappointed by Microsoft's conference. It didn't really seem to cater to any of the needs of the consumer, whereas Sony were kind of picking up on everything that Microsoft had done wrong and kind of making it better.
Yeah. So the background for that, like 3 days ago, was that Microsoft had announced that you can't play used games unless you go through a ridiculously they're setting up a trade platform that you have to go through them to use, and it has to be connected online every 24 hours. And basically at the end of Sony's, they just started laying in to Microsoft like quite blatantly. And did you see the video they released? It was like how to trade games for the PS4.
I did see that, yeah.
So so they really went for Microsoft for that one. But
what was your favourite bit?
My favourite, I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking of the list of games off the top of my head, not that we've got a list on there. But yeah, I'm most excited for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
Because
the first game that was announced.
The very first game. So that was like everything else was downhill. So Microsoft opened up, and I think that was like the very first thing they even played. Like no one introduced it, and it was just Snake with Miller. I don't like these bees. It was Snake with Miller, and I love the Metal Gear franchise. I love the way just the gameplay of it, and I still think Metal Gear Solid 4 is one of the strongest games of this console generation, or just not on the PS3. And an open world, that would be awesome, but it's kind
open
of...
world's a new development, which I think
is cool. And it's a 24-hour night cycle. But are you a Metal Gear fan? Because I don't think you're a stealth person.
No, I can't really deal with stealth. I get bored very quickly. I have such a short attention span. So if someone's telling me to sit down for an hour and watch someone else do something until they're not looking in your direction and then jump on them, I can't do that. For me, it's boring. I know some people love it. Maybe I'm not doing it right.
But immediately after the Metal Gear Solid announcement, they had Rise, which was something that you were interested in.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Well, there haven't been a whole lot of proper Rome history-based games. You've got sort of Rome Total War and kind of God of War, kind of. But Rise is sort of, it looked like it could be really, this is going to sound lame, historically accurate. And I quite like that as a history nerd. So,
as just a regular gameplay nerd, the thing that I liked about it was the strategy of the combat in the demo.
Okay, go on.
First of all, I liked just when it was just you. Like, it was kind of like Batman-esque combat from Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. But then, like when they went into the group formations and they were charging on the wall, like it looked like it'd be quite varied and quite like.
The thing that bothers me with that is, firstly, the combat doesn't look as refined as Batman. It looks really canned and really you get the impression when you watch it that it's like a quick time event, which it's not.
No,
it's just finishing moves like Batman. But is it still recording? Yeah, it is. Paranoia. But the stuff, when you go into the formation, but that's a whole separate mechanic, which really annoys me. That it's not like. I don't know. I feel like it should be more integrated, so you're always controlling your player rather than switch into turtle mode and then switch into different modes. Is that not, I don't know.
I think when you're playing it, it'll be a lot more seamless to that, because if you think there are going to be different stages to the battle anyway.
Yeah,
that was just the siege of the wall, and then once they got over the wall, they all broke up again.
Yeah.
Well, the impression I got was that you can't really tell if you're playing as a single person or as an entire platoon. Which one of those? I guess it would be Legion actually, but which one of those would it actually be? Would you be identified with the character?
Yeah,
I think so. You have a hat.
I don't know. So, as a classic student, what kind of formations we can expect in the game?
I don't do military history, just to clarify.
Okay,
so I don't know. Obviously, you have the tortoise, which is where they have.
Expect? Is that a thing?
But I think it looks good.
Yeah,
and it's an Xbox exclusive. So
is it an exclusive?
I think it is.
But it's not enough to sell me on the console.
No.
Which it was. How much was it? It was
429.
Was it 4? No,
it was 429.
I said 429. That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said 449. Anyway, which is just crazy to me. It's such a big box. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. And there aren't enough exclusives. So Rise is an exclusive, but the other games they showed off, which I was excited about,
was Quantum Break an exclusive?
Yeah, that's an exclusive. I just remember that Dead Rising 3 is an exclusive, and Dead Rising 3 looks really good because Dead Rising is so.
I disagree.
Fair enough. Well, open world zombie game, and the previous iteration installments have been really over the top, and you can
it's really arcadey.
Yeah, arcadey, and this one looked.
But you can just kill everyone with a nuke at the end. What's the point in doing all the bits up until that?
That's kind of what they're always going to do in press conferences. They're going to have a big ending, but it looked like the thing that I found was cool is that it's one of the only zombie games where you get in a car, and when you're driving through zombies, you will be slowed down, so you're not invincible.
That's one thing for both the Xbox and the PlayStation 4. All the engines seem to have some really good physics mechanics.
Yeah,
and that is quite exciting.
Yeah, that was cool.
Talk about sports then.
No, God, no. I don't know, did you see the demo of LeBron James? They were like, oh, look at this amazing facial animation, and it was really bad.
He just had his mouth open 10 feet wide.
Yeah, there was a clip where, that was terrifying.
To be honest, people who buy sports games aren't going to care about facial animations. I don't know why they bother.
No, I mean, the thing that they kept harking on about the EA conference was the way that the characters move and react. So I suppose if you're really into sports and you're really into how the game evolves in the
then you should go outside and actually play it.
Yeah, it was
the
thing which I find interesting about sport is the way they're linking it into the Xbox One, which is with fantasy leagues. I know that's not a big thing over here, but I think that can be really interesting.
In America, that's going to be a big selling point, especially for the NFL.
Yeah, but not for us.
No.
Yeah, but EA. Now we're on to EA. They also had some interesting. Like they showed off the multiplayer Battlefield 4 demo, which we've seen Battlefield 4 before.
Yeah,
but
like I have never been a fan of military modern shooters.
No,
like they just don't get me excited. But when I watched both the single player and the multiplayer for Battlefield 4, it just seems to have like it has just a really cool like dynamic. I know I use like it's a buzzword, but like when they slid the plane off the aircraft carrier to take out those people, when they like in the multiplayer when they crushed the roof down, and then when they destroyed an entire building on a multiplayer
map.
Like,
how did they take it? Because I didn't watch the full demo. Was it? How did they take it down?
It was just structurally unsafe. They just shot at it until they were like, "Oh, we best get out there."
They just bailed out. Like it just looked really chaotic and really like meaty. Like lots going on. Yeah. So I think I might be swayed to buy my first military shooter.
Yeah,
because
I think that's one of the things that's coming from. Because like we've seen nice graphics before on PC, but the stuff that's coming from the next gen is that these console developers are really pushing like the computational stuff. So it's the crowd,
the engines rather than just what they look like, which is nice.
And we also saw Mirror's Edge too a little bit.
Well, we saw Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, there was a little bit gameplay, and it looked legit. It didn't look like it had come that. Well, it looked pretty, but Mirror's Edge Edge has stood the test of time really well. Okay, we're back. We're not sure how much we skipped out, so we may have just neglected. Or maybe we've skipped Nintendo's, but we're not going back for that. But we're talking about Sony's conference, which my favourite by far, probably, because they're focused on indies, as I was saying.
So we'll explain about the indie developers because you're probably the only one that knows.
No, but like, I think it's cool that Microsoft, when they announced their stuff a couple of days ago, they really pissed people off. It also kind of came out that they won't let indies self-publish, so they have to go through a third-party publisher or get published by Microsoft Studios, which is crazy. Like, this platform they're charging so much for is only going to be like games Microsoft vet, which is going to be grimdark.
And it's a shame because Xbox Live Arcade was
good. It was really good, and like Xbox Live Indies was really good, but that's going away now. But Sony do let indies self-publish, and they got 8 indie developers on stage at once playing their games. They had Octodad.
Octodad, so funny,
which looked really good, and that's been on like PC for a while. And like the fact that and they gave all them dev kits and like here just do what you can do, and it's because the architecture is so similar, and it should be easy to like port it to Microsoft, but they just say like nope.
Yeah, but I suppose Xbox they've just gone for the big like fanboy base, so they don't. Really... I know they should branch out. Yeah,
but it seems like they're focusing on like the mainstream with the TV stuff, and like I think that's really good. But then I don't know why they're pricing it at £429 or £500. That's like
because they can afford to. I guess.
Yeah, but people still buy one.
Will they?
They broke records on Amazon for pre-orders last night.
The Xbox
One. As soon as it was announced, people started pre-ordering it, and they broke Amazon records.
What did Sony do? Like, but Sony's like I don't know. It's not cheap, but that's a really good price for an next-gen console.
I know, but if you look at who owns consoles now, Xbox has got a much bigger market share than PlayStation, and people like to stick to what they know.
Yeah.
Although I think the PlayStation 3 wasn't as good as the Xbox 360 by any means, but I mean maybe that's just a personal thing.
I know, that's like because like now I'm sure we've all experienced all 3. Like I have all 3 in my room now. So, but I don't know. It's tricky. Like the thing which I've enjoyed in the past year or so is the indies coming to PlayStation Vita and PS3. Yeah. But Sony didn't just show off their indies. They showed off.
They had a couple of big AAAs as well.
A couple of big ones. Final Fantasy is the thing.
Again, that's one of those Japanese games. Although this did look a little bit better because it looks like they've swayed away from the turn-based.
Yeah.
And they've gone into full-on. It looks kind of hack and slashy.
Like it's got a big history to it, and I don't know about it. Like I don't know Final Fantasy.
It seems like every Final Fantasy ever, kind of androgynous, kind of anime type protagonists that love each other, probably.
And they showed off Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 3, well, they teased us with the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, and Kingdom Hearts has always been a franchise that people love. And if there's one game that I would buy the PlayStation for, probably be Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is they usually, because it's not like yearly or anything like that. There's no regularity to it, and they usually bring out new Kingdom Hearts when they acquire a new license.
Right.
So they did it when they got Pixar. They did it when they got what did they get a couple of years ago? I can't remember. I think it was like Marvel or something. They got some rights to Marvel, and now they've got Lucasfilm, so that you're going to have Star Wars,
which was the shortest trailer of all.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
Battlefront 3
because I didn't see that when it happened.
It was exciting.
The trailer itself was like it showed nothing, but the whole point that it came up with Star Wars Battlefront. That is what everyone's been waiting for since Battlefront 2.
Like we've seen it. We've seen Star Wars Battlefront. Like have you seen the leaked gameplay stuff?
No.
It's another 5 minutes. Okay, well, we'll wrap up in a bit. But I guess so they leaked. You should look it up. It basically looks like Battlefield multiplayer, but with Battlefront in the next gen. Like it was leaked like 6 months ago and then a year ago, and like it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be good, and I think it's going to get me excited in my pants.
Yeah. Good. And they also showed off Destiny, which is a multiplat, but they showed it off, and that looked really good.
It looks incredible.
Yeah.
To be honest,
the guns have cool names.
Yeah.
What do you need?
To me, it really felt like Borderlands, which is that weird to say?
I mean, I never got into Borderlands, but I think because, especially when they had that big public event, they said, and it was like a kind of a mission that everyone joins in, and it kind of like it seems like it has a bit more purpose.
So it had like a like 4-player co-op where you'd go do quests and stuff, and then suddenly like a spaceship came in. And
it announced it as a public event.
Public event was initialized,
and everyone just jumped onto
and
the
it kind of
server.
switched into MMO, which was really cool. So we're running low on battery, so that's about all we got time for.
But it was a great conference.
Yeah, but quickly refresh. Favourite things.
Definitely The Division for me.
Division from Ubisoft. That was good.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to buy an Xbox One when it comes out.
And I really love. Yeah, we ran out of battery again, but quickly. Hey, what do you like?
I liked the fact that I'm going to buy a PlayStation for the first time ever.
Yeah, Climb Sync, and I like Titanfall and PlayStation look good, look slanty, and that's it. Keep watching the channel. Sky's going to be on it. Sky's going to be on it, maybe. Paul, Sky, I'll see you about, and I might be on it too. So tell us what you like. Tell us what your favourite thing was in the comments, and like, comment, subscribe. Don't do that.
Wonderful.